Coming off of Burning Shores and Dead Island 2 into Jedi Survivor is a bit like a day out at the beach concluding with a mugging by a drunken carjacker. One minute everything is smooth and pretty, the next it's abrasive, nauseating, and concludes with a lot of crashing. Trying to review Jedi Survivor under its present conditions would be like trying to review John Wick 4 if the projectionist was a Pachycephalosaurus on amphetamines and Keanu Reeves couldn't get a line out without something shaking dramatically or catching on fire. News of Jedi Survivor's performance issues traveled faster than a fake nuclear missile warning to the general populace of Hawaii, but the game's poor optimization is really only the intro here. Doing my best to look past the game's performance in a manner similar to how you might deliberately ignore all of the red flags on someone's Tinder profile because they're hot, I was left with an assessment of Jedi Survivor that was significantly more fractured than its predecessor. Let's get into why. Jedi Survivor on performance mode kicks the visuals back a generation. They can't even be bothered to hit a stable 60 on their way out. You can play this game at 30 FPS in the same way that you can do your trigonometry homework by torchlight. It's entirely viable but functions as more of a last resort to those of us who aren't A, running an incredibly niche tutoring business, or B, Amish. Once you get used to the screen tearing, you may find that Jedi Survivor is the prettiest thing in the Star Wars universe since Laura Dern turned the audio off and committed suicide in slow motion. In a screenshot, this game is as photogenic as Pedro Pascal in Last of Us behind the scenes footage. In motion, it's about as stable as Britney Spears in a sports clips. My review of Jedi Survivor's story can be summarized in a shout out to myself. Scope creep. Fallen Order's story was a tale tighter than Jeffrey Epstein and members of the United States government. Fallen Order's midpoint specifically entangled its best supporting character and lead antagonist in an interesting and meaningful way. Jedi Survivor, by contrast, functions like a circus clown with dementia, juggling so many different side characters and plot threads it seems to accidentally forget its main antagonist and primary objectives for long stretches of time. The story here is frequently engaging, but its villains and supporting characters end up feeling more like one-night stands than the wife, 3 kids, and golden retriever with a handkerchief around its neck I was really hoping for. It's not bad, it just feels large and disjointed, like a big block of jello, or Meghan Trainor with osteoporosis. Similar to the game of chess, Jedi Survivor offers some truly timeless gameplay, even if it leaves a little bit to be desired on the story front. I surprised myself by picking Jedi Grandmaster difficulty upon boot up, and was even more surprised when, like the protagonist of 50 Shades of Grey, I actually liked the punishment and kept coming back for more, even when it involved me getting thrown around and slapped by ambiguous woodland fauna or stabbed through the neck by this armless blue twink. Like a recently divorced father trying to compensate for years of emotional damage, Jedi Survivor provides the player with an almost excessive amount of new toys to have fun with. And I, like a 7-year-old, totally fell for it and sat there grinning like an idiot when the game let me shoot a gun and wield a lightsaber at the same time. This sequel also elevates its climbing mechanics from bad Uncharted ripoff to classic PS2 Sly Cooper vibes, and I had a great time grappling around and scurrying along Coruscant ventilation like some kind of raccoon pretending to be Batman. On the whole, Jedi Survivor steps forward with its gameplay and backwards twice with its story and performance, like it's losing a game of hopscotch it's playing alone, or is trying to orient itself while using the Google Maps walk mode. If you enjoyed this video, join me next time for the first ever episode of The Coroner's Report, a new series where I'll be going unscripted and in-depth into why I scored a game a certain way. First up on the block, Jedi Survivor. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.